Bestie, buckle up because it's Pokemon Day, National Pokemon Day. So have I got the Plob, Incel, Neckbeard mini story times for you. I'm not giving you an emotional support Squishmallow this time. I'm giving you an emotional support axe. You are going to figure out why I'm not giving you a Squishmallow in this video very shortly. Just hold on. Take your axe. So first, mini story time. You know how I get tagged in Wizard of T-shirts videos a lot, and he always does these amazing skits, but one thing he brings up quite a bit is the Eevee fun fact, you know, that Pokemon fun fact about our innocent, sweet little Eevee. If you don't know what that is, it's the fact, the guys will say, oh, there's this Pokemon fun fact, Eevee has no gender. Okay, Eevee having no gender sounds like a normal thing to say. It's not, though, when it comes out of these men's mouths, because I have had that Pokemon fun fact told to me on 3 separate fucking occasions, and it's not the fun fact, okay? Like, it's not that part that bothers me. It's what comes after that is disgusting, okay? Because first guy that did it to me was at a Magic the Gathering tournament. I got separated from my partner at the time who was there, and of course, within like 5 minutes, I had the creeps coming up saying unhinged things to me, okay? And I'm over here backing into a corner because the more this man talks, the creeper it got. He also stunk very much. That's typical behavior. But this man was like, oh, like, let me tell you something about Eevee, because they saw that I like Eevee because I was wearing my Eevee Loungefly. Tell me why, right after informing me that Eevee had no gender, he went into grave detail about how that meant he could, if he were to somehow get it magically into the Pokemon world, he could have relations of every kind with Eevees as a bisexual man. He would... It's a fucking animal! I know it's a fictional character, but it's still an animal. Stop trying to fuck Pokemon. Second guy I had to deal with this, he brought up like the whole thing, right? We were in a card shop. He brings up the whole Eevee having no gender. And then he proceeds to talk about how that means there would be evolutions of each gender and how hot they would be and how much he thought like certain ones have evolutions. Because if you're not familiar with Pokemon, Eevee has multiple different evolutions, right? That they can turn into. But he went into like grave detail about how he thought certain genders would mix with other ones. Like certain evolutions should have certain genders because they think they would be really hot at mating, and it would be better to have this evolution to be the male and that one to be the female in the situation. It would just be hotter with those combos. He went in great detail about his preferred combos for the Eevees to be fucking with. Yeah, no, I'm not joking. The third guy I had this happen with was at GameStop while working there. And he just was really fucking awkward about it. He was like talking about Pokemon. It was, I don't know if you've seen the pictures of me working when the newer Switch game released while I was there, and I was like dressed up as Pikachu and stuff. And the guy was like, "Oh, is Pikachu your favorite?" Blah blah blah. And I was like, "No, actually, Eevee is my favorite." But like I didn't have an Eevee costume at the time. I didn't have an Eevee cosplay at the time to do that event. And he went into great detail about Eevee, but then he just started like heavily breathing, and he kept being like, yeah, did you know Eevee has no gender? And they just kept getting closer. And that's how he was fucking breathing on me. He reeked from God knows what. He smelled like ass, body odor, and for some reason, a very strong scent of cheese balls. Like, not even like regular cheese balls from Walmart. Do you know those giant tubs you can get from Sam's Club that are probably not even legitimately food? They're like $5 and this big of cheese balls. That's exactly what that man smelled like, mixed with body odor and shit. Last mini story time related to Pokemon Eevee fucking situations with these men, which is why I did not give you a Squishmallow, is if you don't know, Build-A-Bear came out with like Pokemon Build-A-Bears. And I had ordered an Eevee. I was super excited. I still have her somewhere. I gotta figure out where she's at, but I still have her, right? And when I got it, I had a mutual on here who no longer has an account because she became a kindergarten teacher. She privated everything. But at the time, she was working at Build-A-Bear, right? She was working at Build-A-Bear, and I posted about the Eevee, and I was like, I'm so excited that they have Pokemon at Build-A-Bear. I'm like, I do prefer ordering online because I don't like having to do that weird heart thing. I don't know. I'm not, maybe it's the autism. I don't know. I'm not a fan. Anyways, not the point. The point is, she was like talking, she sends me a message because she sees my post, and she's like, dude, I'm about to quit my job, even though I've been here several years. She's like, I only have like 6 months before I graduate from college, but I like cannot take it because of the Pokemon things. And then she starts telling me multiple stories about the Pokemon one, and like the situation, because there were all these grown men who were being disgusting. It was the My Little Pony Build-A-Bear nightmare situation all over again. If you don't know that, I can tell a separate story on that because of what happened back then. But I've had some people submit some stories about that too. But yeah, straight up, people were being disgusting and gross. These guys were being sexual and dirty. Even in the store, she had guys who were coming in and like getting the Pokemon builder and then like caressing them in a certain way and being very inappropriate with the plushies while still in the store. I mean, they weren't like straight up screwing them or anything. But that comes in, hold on, we're getting to that part. But they were being like really inappropriate. She did have to ask a couple of different people to leave the store. And another one she had to tell to just order online because, yeah, gross. But one of the customers, she said this was her like moment where she almost quit, was there was a point, it was only like 3 or 4 days after this guy had gotten the Build-A-Bear, the Pokemon Build-A-Bear. He came back in because he wanted it refluffed because it wasn't soft anymore. She goes to refluff this thing, right? She found a fucking condom in it. A fucking condom in it. Like, there was a lot of fluff missing, which, first of all, dude, I know you ain't got nothing down there, so my guess is, like, he put something in it. Because no man like that is packing heat, I promise you. Okay, all they packing is a fucking banana sausage. Yeah, oh my god. But yeah, she goes to like refluff it, and she's doing like where they have to like unsew the butt or whatever. She goes to refluff this and sees like some little shiny plastic. She's like, what is that I'm looking, like glimpsing off the light? It was a used condom. I fucking hate this place. I just want to enjoy the cute Pokemon. And y'all being nasty. Stop.